Hey everyone, Rayce Robinson, your favorite Florida lender. Hope you're doing amazing. You know, we have zero lender fees, which saves you thousands of dollars. The lowest rates, because we're a broker, we get you the lowest rate. And check us out online. See what other people say about working with it. So enough of that. 2018 went by extremely fast for me. I remember my parents saying when I was younger that the years are going to go by faster and faster. But 2018 was a banner year for me. We had a great mortgage market, great real estate market, and I turned 50. Which I never thought I'd be 50. Anyways, so 2018 was awesome. 2019 is definitely starting different than 2018 with the Fed, raising interest rates. That were actually the Fed funds rate, which raises interest rates. And then on the other day on the news, I actually heard someone on the news use the R word, recession, actually on a regular news channel. So what's going to happen in 2019? So let me break it down, at least on my opinion, where I think we're headed next year. Okay, so as a mortgage person for the last close to 20 years, I've been in good markets, bad markets, and people ask me all the time, are rates going to go up? Is the housing prices, what's going to happen with that? Well, let's look at the facts. Facts are that the Fed has said they're going to continue to bump up rates next year, which will raise interest rates. The goal of that is to actually slow the market down a little bit. And right now, between last recession and and where we're at now, 10 plus years, is the longest time between a recession to recession. And there probably will be a recession in the next few years. Remember, recession is not a reason to freak out. Recession is basically defined as two consecutive quarters with negative GDP growth. I just think in 2007 and 8 we had the Great Recession, so that's what people think about. So markets are going to get busy and slow down. I've been through all kinds of markets, good and bad. So what do I think is going to happen in 2019? I personally think the Fed will raise. Even though they said they're going to do it all year, I think they're going to have a problem raising it past the first quarter. Janet Yellen, the head of the Fed, basically said just a year ago that in her opinion she couldn't see any possibility of a market slowdown in the next few years. Flash forward to this year, she kind of said, maybe there could be a slowdown. So the Fed's even changing their tune. And I think you're going to see that. I think, inventory is still really low. So you're still going to have some appreciation. But I think as the year goes on, especially as you get closer to 2020, I think you'll see a little more inventory and turn more into a buyer's market. That doesn't mean the houses won't appreciate, and it definitely doesn't mean that you should wait. The big question I get all the time, especially from first-time home buyers, is should I buy or sell, or should we sell? And the answer is yes, if you need to. Meaning that you can't time the markets. I know in 2006, I remember people that were waiting to sell their house, trying to get it right to the top of the market. And of course, they ended up selling for much less. And I got lots of clients I just talked to 5 years ago that said they were going to wait to buy until the market turned in their favor. And man, was that a mistake. They lost all kinds of appreciation. And they really paid rent. They basically paid someone else's mortgage for the last 5 years. So, in 2019, I think it's going to be very similar to this year. I think you're going to hear the press start talking about recession and market slowdowns. But it's not going to be like last recession where it started in the real estate. It actually was a mortgage market crash, where this is going to start really internationally. A lot of different things going on with emerging markets and all this stuff. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how things play out. So as far as 2019, buying and selling, I think very similar to this year. When you get past that, I'm going to link to a video in the description on below. If you actually click the link to the right, it'll bring you to the YouTube video, and that's where it will be. To a guy I like listening to, he kind of breaks down all the different scenarios and gives a percentage of what he thinks could happen, all the way from a complete market crash, right? There's people predicting the end of the world, all the way till it's never going to stop. And I'm probably more in the middle, meaning, the inventory is going to build up a little. Florida, we've always been very fortunate for the most part because we have such a high demand for real estate here. People always coming in the area. We've been really shielded from a lot of the things in the past, and I think that will continue. So if you have any questions, reach out to me or my team. Call, email, text, whatever works for you. We'd love to help or answer any questions that you have. More importantly, stay safe. Make it a great holiday season. I recently took out my 50th birthday, and it just made me realize, man, time goes fast. So spent a lot of time this year with my family. Hope you do the same. Have a great Christmas and New Year's, and I'll see you next year. Bye-bye.